Hey ladies, I am hopping on here a couple minutes early just to get started, and we just had a thunderstorm roll through, common for this time of year in this part of Florida. Power was out for a little bit and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to hop on live, but timing seems to have worked out. So now I'm sitting on the front porch. And I don't know, I wish I could figure out how to, let me see if I can flip it and give you guys a little view of my front yard. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, for crying out loud. So I never get to be alone. This is why I do my videos in my room with the door shut, because I'm never alone. This is Abigail. She's my constant companion. And, yeah, welcome to the funny farm. So let me know, comment if you hop on, comment and let me know if you can hear me, and make sure that everything is coming through, since, like I said, I'm not sure. Hopefully my Wi-Fi and everything will hold out since this storm just rolled through. But I thought I would come to y'all outside because I thought after the storm it might be a little cooler out here, and it's a little bit, but it's definitely still kind of muggy. So before I start talking about the beliefs, the limiting beliefs that I wanted to talk to y'all about today, I wanted to share a little bit about, so, you know, Saturday was my birthday, and I asked, you know, for some of y'all to share some things that you've accomplished or, you know, come to realize, or breakthroughs you've had since we've been together, you know, in this group. And I really appreciate that. And I also wanted to share a little bit about kind of my experience of how things were for me on my birthday, and I feel like a lot of y'all can relate. So definitely, if this sounds familiar to you, let me know. Comment and let me know what you think. So, yeah, that's not working. So when I woke up, of course, there's always been something to me with my birthdays that I just kind of feel like, I don't know, I have never really loved my birthdays, and I'm really not sure why. I feel kind of awkward about being the center of attention, having like people, you know, that expectation of, yay, it's your birthday, what do you want to do? What do you know, let's celebrate. But then at the same time, like, maybe that people are not living up to my expectation of what I want for them to be doing for me for my birthday. So, but me not, of course, being willing to speak up. So there's all of this weirdness already that I've always had around my birthday, and I'm not really sure where that comes from. However, given the circumstances, you know, waking up on my birthday without my daughter, it makes it, you know, not my favorite day, right? Like, yeah, it's my birthday, woohoo, kind of feeling. So I was kind of moping around a little bit. Then on top of that, I started getting notifications with people, you know, on Facebook, because Facebook tells you when it's somebody's birthday, of people sending me birthday wishes, and, you know, just whatever, feeling like, of course now the neighbor's going to cut his grass right now. Hopefully, let me know if you guys can hear that or if it's loud. Anyway, so all these people were sending me birthday wishes, and it's people that, you know, don't call you or text you or come to see you or have anything else to do with you any other time, but Facebook told them it was your birthday, so they send you birthday messages. And I started feeling like really bitter about it, and it was just really weighing me down, and I was not wanting to go anywhere or do anything. And because it was Saturday, my husband and my kids were all home, and you know, they're like, so what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? We're going to go out to eat. What do you want to do? And I was kind of just like, I don't really want to go anywhere or do anything. I just want to stay in the bed, stay in my jammies. I don't care about eating anything. Like, I just didn't want to do anything. But first of all, I made myself get up. I was like, okay, they want to treat me nice on my birthday. I'm going to have some responsibility for that, right? So I got up and I got dressed and I started getting ready, and I actually started getting a little bit excited about it. Like, okay, we're going to have fun. I'm going to make myself have fun, right? Well, then I actually even asked inside of a group that I'm in, a very small group that I'm in, I actually was asking for advice about what could I do to enjoy my birthday and not, feel so miserable. And the best advice that I got was, and it's true, it's so simple. When it comes down to everything on the planet, everything is about love, right? We are love. Everything about us is love, and if we are open to that, it sort of melts everything else away. And suddenly I was open to, all these people that are sending me messages, these people that don't ever, communicate with me any other time, are telling me happy birthday because they love me. And it's just in their small way, of reaching out to me. And instead of me being bitter about it, to be open to it, right? So I was able to then go on and enjoy my day and feel peace and feel love because I was open to it. So that's just something I just wanted to share with y'all a little bit about what things were like for me on my birthday, and maybe it'll help you a little bit when it comes to birthdays and anniversaries and all of those kind of events where you don't really want anybody talking to you, and you really just feel bitter about your circumstances. To be open to accepting the love that people are wanting to share with you and the love that's in yourself. So I hope that was helpful. All right, so I'm going to get started. Oh, sorry, I'm in a rocking chair. I don't want to make y'all seasick. I'm going to get started with the beliefs that we might be having that might be holding us back from accomplishing our goals, whatever those goals may be. And when you hop on, comment, let me know that you're watching, let me know that you can hear me, and let me know too if any of this sounds familiar, or if it relates to you, or if there's something else you want to add to besides the beliefs that I'm going to discuss. Okay, so the first one, and they're not in a specific order, so not really ranking them, but just this is how I wrote them down. So the first belief is, my family and friends are resistant to the changes that I want to make. I can't get the support that I need, therefore I can't change. So let's let that one marinate for a minute. So do you have family or friends, even the family that lives with you, lives in your house, they may or may not be feeling the same way that you're feeling as far as loss, and they are not necessarily wanting to change. So when you think about it as far as if it's that you're trying to take better care of yourself, trying to be positive, and wanting to make healthy choices, make healthy changes in your life, and they're always, bringing home fast food, or just being negative, right? So when you think about if you have people like that in your life, that you feel like, I just don't have support, so I can't do it. It's just too hard. I can't do it because I don't have the support. Okay, well, that's a legit concern. And it does make things harder when you don't have the support, especially of the people that are closest to you, right? That's a legit concern. But, of course, I want to challenge us to change that belief, because it is a belief and it is a false belief. There are many people that have come before us that, without support, have changed their lives drastically. You think about celebrities that you've heard of that were living in their car and they didn't have anything. They didn't have any support whatsoever, and yet they were, determined to make it work, and they did. And so they, had the success that they were always dreaming about, but it's because they didn't give up. There's just so many examples that we can think of people who have just decided that it didn't matter if they didn't have a single person in their corner, that they were going to make it happen. That's totally hard, right? I mean, it's totally hard to do that without support. Granted, this is what I'm offering I'm offering support, right? Everyone in this group is supportive of each other. So while we may not have the support that we desire from our immediate friends and family, we do have support. There is support available to us. So, yes, it'll be hard, but yes, you can make the changes that you want to make. So, like, just something very simple and very common would be, say that you and your family have always just eaten junk food. Frozen pizzas and fast food and, just lots of fried, greasy stuff and cakes and sweets. And, like, that's just how you've eaten for years. And now you've decided you want to start eating fresh food. You want to start eating whole foods and, not frying foods. And you want to eat salads. And you want to meal plan and prepare this, healthier foods. And they're not wanting to do that. They're not wanting to get on board. While it is obviously harder to do, while it is a challenge, that doesn't mean you can't do it, right? That doesn't mean that you can't prepare your own food and allow them to just continue to eat the way that they want to eat. Rather than forcing your new ideas and your changes on people, you can make those changes and be an example for them, and hopefully, eventually, they will join you, even if it's just, maybe one meal a day that they decide to eat a healthy meal with you. But when it comes to wanting to go out to eat, they're going to still want to get the cheeseburger and that sort of thing. So that's the first belief. So we can overcome that belief about not having support, so we can't do what we, desire to do, make the changes we desire to change. Let me know if that sounds familiar. Is that something that you struggle with as far as having support? Okay. So the next one is going to be, I know that I need to get healthier, but I'm too busy. I don't have the time to do all the things that come with getting healthier, making better choices, taking better care of myself. I don't have time to do those things. I'm too busy, so I'm never going to get healthier. That's a very, very common belief, right? We as a society are busier than ever. So much so that I think that it's like we're not recognizing that a lot of our busyness is self-inflicted, if that makes sense. So I'll just jump right into some things that we can obviously do to unbusy ourselves. But, think about, when you think about busyness as an excuse, we make the time for the things that matter to us, right? But that's just all there is to it. Like, we make the time in regards to anything. If it's our kids playing sports, because we want them to get scholarships to college, so we make the time to get them to practice, right? If it's making the time to go to yoga because you love it and it makes you feel so good, you make the time, right? And a lot of times the things that we tend to give up, because that's how we are typically as women, we give up the things that are the most helpful for us, right? We give up the things that help us the most. We give up our going to yoga class or making time for exercise and things like that, because we're putting other people's dreams and desires and goals and schedules above ours. But so a few things that go along with saying that we're too busy. Let me know if this sounds familiar to you, and if you hop on, say hi. Being too busy and saying that we don't have time, because so think about this. How much time do you spend, how much screen time do you spend a day or a week? Watching TV, sitting on the computer, or sitting on your phone, scrolling through social media. Honestly, if we stop and calculate how much time do we actually spend doing those things, that we could actually spend doing something else to achieve our goals. Something else that is filling us up instead of making us feel bad about ourselves because we're looking at everybody's nonsense on social media, or we're wasting time watching, TV shows that they're not that TV show, not necessarily. Now, I'm not knocking binging Netflix once in a while, because a lot of times that is the thing that I just want to do. I just want to zone out in front of a funny TV show or a movie and just, not think about anything. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the day in and day out time that we give away to things that are not helping us reach our goals, like social media and screen time. Could you possibly wake up earlier? Now, if you already wake up super early because you have to get, my husband gets up very early because he has to be to his job very early, and he and some guys carpool, and so he's got a good bit of a drive, plus has to be at work very early. So he's an early riser because of that. So he can't get up earlier. I mean, he could, but I just, that's not something that's the place that he would want to make the time to do the things. So, but if it's something that we could do, even if it's just 15 minutes, even if you could just set your alarm to wake up 15 minutes earlier so that you could literally just meditate and journal. Like, not necessarily saying get up earlier so that you can go do a 20-minute killer workout, just so that you can spend some time centering yourself for the day. I like to wake up before everyone in my family, besides my husband. He's gone before I wake up. But I like to wake up before my kids, because that's a time for me to center myself, to have my plan for my day. And so then when they're awake, I'm already centered, rather than them just bombarding me with questions and demands and their things, and then I'm feeling overwhelmed before I even start my day, right? Or also going to bed earlier. Again, if one of the things that you need to do to get healthier is to get more sleep, go to bed earlier. And again, that's another way to, potentially the easiest way is giving up screen time. I feel like we all are in that habit of, scrolling through social media or something like that as we lay in bed. And so instead of doing that, like, put the phone somewhere else so that you're not tempted. And it takes time to build that habit too. Asking for help. When it comes to so many things, we actually have the ability to ask for help instead of doing everything ourselves. Like I said again, I feel like this is so common for women in general, but definitely for us, that we struggle to ask for help with little things or big things. So thinking about the things that you are feeling like are holding you back, is there something that you can let go of? Is there somewhere that you can ask for help? Generally, like, in addition to just the fact that I'm trying to teach my kids life skills and have them be responsible people, having them do chores helps me have time to do things that I need to do. Now, granted, if they see me, they're cleaning the kitchen and I'm doing yoga, they may or may not get that this is an exchange of something that mom really needs to do so that she's not a lunatic and she doesn't, lose her mind on them, that them cleaning the kitchen is helping me to make time to do the things that are helpful to me. So it's helping me in both senses. It's helping me because they are cleaning the kitchen, because that's something that I absolutely despise. I will gladly cook all the time if somebody else will clean the kitchen, and they know. So they know that if the kitchen's a mess, I don't feel like cooking. I'm not going to get in there and make them muffins or something because there's not a clean dish in the kitchen. There's not a clean surface in the kitchen. So it's giving them a skill as well as helping free up some of my time. And also it comes to that too with asking for help in other things. So it could be, that's generally the biggest thing. I mean, you think about the things that we do, like if you work full time and then you come home and you have to do all of the cooking and all of the cleaning, like that can be just a drainer on you and doesn't leave you for any time for yourself. Setting boundaries. So that's another thing as far as being too busy and not having time, and that goes along with the last thing about asking for help. Setting boundaries of the things that you are willing to do for others, or let others ask of you. And we've talked about this before. But but it's huge. It's definitely a big one for not overcommitting yourself, and not just in overcommitting yourself, but also just that feeling that even if it's a boundary of not, meeting someone for lunch when you don't actually want to. If you're actually dreading meeting someone for lunch because you don't want to spend time with them, they drain you, and you know that time would be better spent doing something else, to be willing to let that go. Okay. So another belief is it's too expensive to eat healthier, and to make the changes that I want to make to get healthier, to take better care of myself. So I can't do it. So the first thing I want to ask, as far as if you're feeling like it's too expensive to eat healthier, the question really is not why is healthy food so expensive. It's why is bad food so cheap, right? Hey, Allie, let me know if you can hear me. I'm kind of nervous that I've been talking all this time and nobody can actually hear me. Okay, so not asking why is healthy food so expensive, but asking why is bad food so cheap? Like why are there dollar menus at the fast food places? What is that food actually made of? Is it really made of real food, right? So the belief that it's too expensive to get healthy, the belief that healthy food is too expensive, and all the other things, like, say you're wanting to take yoga classes, they're too expensive, or you're wanting to, whatever it is that you feel like it's too expensive. Nothing's too expensive if it's something that you value, right? So, hey, Colleen, nothing is too expensive if it's something that you value. When we think about other things that we spend our money on, it's because it's something that we value, right? Oh, awesome. Thanks, Allie. I appreciate that. I feel like I've been rambling on by myself for quite some time. Okay, so the choices when it comes to what kind of food we buy or what we invest in is based on if we value it or not, right? So when you think about eating healthy now versus being sick later and having to be on lots of medications or going to the doctor all the time because you're sick all the time, which one is really more expensive? Investing in your health and wellness now to stay healthy and prevent illness later it's actually going to save you money in the long run, even though at the moment, it may or may not seem like that. And I'll talk more about that another time, as far as like what, buying all organic or buying all grass-fed beef, all that is something that in the beginning when I was first trying to change, oh, Allie, that was something that I felt like when I was first trying to change, like I was trying to eat the whole elephant. I was trying to buy everything organic and all just grass-fed beef and pork and organic chicken, and granted we have our own eggs, so that was saving us money, but I was trying to do all the things, and I stressed myself out more. Yes, Allie, spend a little now to save a lot later, to save a lot of money, as well as how we feel later, right? So, hey, Loida, good that you're here. I appreciate that you're here. Let me know. Let me know if this is sounding like familiar to you, or if there's something that you would add to these limiting beliefs. So, okay, so anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, not stressing yourself out about it, like learning the things that matter first and putting those things into place one at a time. So I'm not saying you got to drop your whole paycheck on a bunch of, organic food, but slowly changing your habits over time. It's not going to break the bank to do it a little at a time. So saying that it's too expensive to get healthier, again, that's sort of just like a Band-Aid statement, as an excuse to just not change, or to say, I'll do it later, I'll do it one day. Okay, so far we've talked about your family or friends are resistant to you changing, being too busy, not having time. and also being too expensive to get healthier. So the last belief that I'm going to bring up, so unless you guys think of something else you want to add, let me know in the comments, and we can discuss that too. But the last one I'm going to add for today is, I've tried everything. I've tried everything to change, and nothing has worked for me before, so nothing ever will work for me, and I'm just stuck being miserable forever. You know, I've tried everything to lose weight, and either I lose it and I gain it back, or I just don't lose it at all, so nothing's going to work for me. No one has tried everything. No one has tried everything. Like, that's a lie that you tell yourself if you've, you know, because you've, for me personally, I gained and lost the same 20 pounds over the course of 13 years. After my second biological child was born, I had 20 extra pounds of fluff after he was born, and I lost it and I gained it back multiple times over the course of 13 years. There was so much other health issues that were involved in that, but also the fact that I was doing, usually either starving myself, working out like a maniac, or doing some fad diet. Well, none of those things lead to lasting change when it comes to, if that's the goal that you're wanting to do, is to lose that 20 pounds or ever how much. Starving yourself is just wrecking your metabolism. Most fad diets are going to wreck your metabolism, and working yourself out, for me, because I didn't know that I was going into adrenal fatigue, that was just making it worse. So it's like your body just holds on to the fat even more because you're stressing it out even more. So your body's already super stressed out, and then you just add to the stress, and your body just clings to the fat because it's like a survival mechanism, right? Okay. So no, you can't honestly say you've tried everything, right? Because I know for a fact that there are ways to get around the obstacles that hold you back from whatever the changes is that you're trying to make that actually do work. It has so much more, though, to do with your belief in yourself, your belief in yourself for a long-term commitment, not just, I'm just going to do this for a couple of weeks, I'm going to do a diet for a month, whatever. Like those limiting beliefs that society has just, and the diet industry just makes bajillions on, in thinking that you can just pop this pill, you can go to the doctor and get this shot, but you can still eat whatever you want. Like, common sense tells you that's not true, right? So the belief that you're stuck because you've tried everything, it's an excuse. It's an excuse, and that's fine if you want to hold on to that and you want to just not change. But my feeling is, I have too many people that I know that just like to call themselves fat. They just like to complain about being fat, but they don't ever do anything about it. Well, if you're not willing to do anything about it, then stop complaining about it. Just be okay with who you are. Be okay with where you are. If you don't actually want to change, stop complaining about it. That's a whole nother soapbox, but I'm not going to do that today. Okay. So I don't see any questions. I don't see anybody commenting any other beliefs than the ones that I've covered today, but I'm sure that we'll come up with some more. And if you're catching the replay, comment too. Definitely comment replay, and then let me know what it is that you want to share, if it's one of these beliefs that resonates with you, or if it's something else. And if something that I've said today, or any other time for that matter, resonates with you, as far as, you're ready to change. You're ready to stop believing the things that you believe. You're ready to have the tools to change, to do the things that you know you need to do, but you need somebody to hold your hand. You need that guidance. You need that accountability. Then comment or send me a private message that you want to chat, and we will schedule a time to chat and see if we can get you unstuck. We can discuss working together and seeing if that's, if you're ready for that. If it's time for you to go ahead and just get started putting yourself first, so that you can feel better, so that you can begin healing, and so that you can begin reaching the goals that you've been, wanting to reach and that you've been putting off. So that's all I have for y'all today. I hope that y'all are having a good Monday, and I will be back. I think I'm planning on chatting on here Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember. I'll have to let you know. But I am always available if you want to chat. Just send me a message, and otherwise I will look for your comments, and I hope to chat with y'all soon. Have a great day.